I have a person ready in case I faint to drag me off, and we are going to call that performance art. And if I happen to vomit, I have all the cleaning supplies here to clean it up. So no one has to worry. Okay. The party began before we even got to Africa. Long ago, no, not long ago, we went on a trip to Africa, which is really far away. The trip was 27 hours of actual flying time on 3 different planes. My husband Victor decided that on the last plane, the 10 hours to Johannesburg, he would ensure his rest by taking a sleeping pill. Victor had never taken a sleeping pill before. Victor and I were sitting in the middle of the plane, in the middle of the cabin, in a 4-seat row with our friends Ken and Cindy. I'm going to take an Ambien, Victor announced. Uh-oh. Where are my pictures? Oh, they're there. Why, I asked. Victor is known by all who know him as a person who can sleep anywhere, at any time, under any conditions. I have some props here to show you Victor's peculiar ability to sleep. Here is Victor, fast asleep, leaning over a bed. And here he is again, fast asleep, leaning over a dog crate. Okay. The one thing you need to know about Victor is that he is never publicly affectionate. I believe that in our first week of dating in 1968, he might have held my hand one time, but it was so long ago I really can't remember. Our kids have named the hug that he gives them the hug and shove. Anyway, I was watching a movie. Victor began poking me. I used hand gestures to indicate that I was busy watching a movie. He continued to poke me. I told him I was watching a movie. He poked me some more. I took off my earphones and I looked at him. He was grinning. Let's cuddle. Cuddle? We always do our cuddling in the bedroom. Remember, we were on an Airbus with 400 to 500 people. Victor became quite insistent. There began a tussle whereby I tried to hold his hands down, and he made it quite clear that he needed his hands for something quite clear to me, but only in the bedroom. The struggle went on for quite some time. It was a heated grappling. Cindy handed me her blanket, and I put it on the top of me, and I used mine on the bottom of me. Spectators started gathering, assembling in the aisle. It appeared that there was a cluster of jolly squirrels under the blanket. We were quite the hit on a boring flight. I tried to recline the seat so he could get some rest and go to sleep. But I couldn't do both that and control his octopus hands. So a nice lady who was giggling across the aisle from Victor helped me, and we reclined his seat. I suggested that Victor put his blanket over his head, which is a trick he always uses to breathe in carbon dioxide, and it makes him sleepy, and I really hoped that he would go to sleep. Oddly, he immediately put the blanket over his head and settled down. Ken and Cindy, who are both medical professionals, explained to me that in spite of how it appeared, Victor had not lost his mind as I had thought, but was actually completely asleep. I had to watch him carefully because clearly there was no telling what he might do. Ken, Cindy, and I stayed awake to watch over him. Almost immediately, he took off the blanket. And shouted, "Argentina!" Back under the blanket he went. He removed the blanket several times to meticulously bite his nails. He tore off the blanket again, saying, "Tell Ken and Cindy it will be Wednesday if that works for them." One time, he ripped off his blanket and he looked right at me and he said, "Why are you wearing underpants?" 400 to 500 people. Frequently, he peeked out from under the blanket and waved giddily at the rest of us in the row. He was uncommonly cheerful. After it had been quite a while, I began to let my guard down and went back to my movie. Ken pulled my sleeve. "You have to stop him. That's not safe." I looked at Victor. He had taken the cash, all the cash from our trip, out of this secret wallet that was around his neck and under his shirt. And he was counting it in his seat out loud. I said, "Victor, stop that!" "You are not the boss of me." Okay. Got me there. But you really need to stop that. Totally ignored me. Ken said, "Victor, put that away." He immediately put it away and resumed his position under the blanket. Clearly, Ken was the boss of him. This had been going on for hours, and Victor had been still for a while. It seemed like a good time for me to get up and take a bathroom break. Ken and Cindy took up watch. I had just made the turn to the bathroom when I heard Ken yell, "He's on the move, Irene!" I rushed to the other side of the aisle and I found him wandering about. "Where are you going, Victor?" "Nowhere." "Do you have to go to the bathroom?" "Could be." I walked into the bathroom. He went inside and he was inside for a suspiciously long time. At long last he emerged and I was relieved to see that he was fully dressed, if somewhat disheveled, with his flyby unzipped and all. I had feared that he might just completely disrobe in the bathroom and come out buck naked. I walked him back to his seat and told him to sit down. He was eerily compliant. But he didn't want to sit. He wanted to take a walk on an airplane.